Hey guys, I should be live here. Hey traders, uh, time for some real talk here about the psychology of moving stops or removing stop losses altogether. So, not much doing in the market right now. There was lots of major news coming out here at 8:30 a.m. So I figured I'd make a quick video for you guys here. And question for you. Have you ever moved or deleted a stop loss hoping that your trade would turn around? Never done it, right? Never done it. We've never done that, right? This small action may seem harmless to you, but it can seriously damage your trading mindset as well as your account. So today, we're going to break down why we do that and what it really means, and more importantly, how to stop it, right? My name is Bill Soriano, and I like to help traders master both a strategy and psychology needed for long-term success in the markets. So this video is going to tackle one of the most dangerous habits in trading, overriding your stop loss. Okay. And I picked this topic because in his book, The Best Loser Wins, Tom Hogarth talks about this extensively, guys. He talks about how when people are down in a trade, right, they tend to be hopeful when they should be fearful. They hope that the trade will turn around, so they move their stop loss, they adjust it, or they remove it altogether because they don't want to, they have that fear of losing a trade and being wrong, right? And conversely, when a trade is moving in their favor and they're up, they now become fearful when they should be hopeful. And so now they start thinking, oh my God, I'm up some money. I should close this trade right now so that I lock in my profits, and this affects their profitability and their P&L for trading, right? So they're hopeful when they should be fearful, fearful when they should be hopeful. So he talks about that extensively in his book, The Best Loser Wins. And if you haven't read that book yet, I suggest that you get that one right away. So let's dive into this topic. But first, I wanted to share my screen just to show you something exciting that our educators are doing at GFU. So if I could figure out how to share my screen here, we will be okay. Uh, Okay, so I think I have that there. So you should be seeing my screen right now. And so this is an event that's coming out next week for the educators with our company GFU are going to be doing two free training sessions, one on Thursday, July 24th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way, if you're on an East Coast like I am. And Friday morning, the 25th at 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they're going to be doing these two free training sessions. And what you're going to learn there, as you see here on my page, are winning strategies for Forex, crypto, and more. How to use our scanners to spot trade ideas. The company does have 9 scanners now. Real trade breakdowns, not theory. A simple, repeatable system that you can use built for real results, and basically how to trade as a side hustle. So this is hosted by Dr. Josh Lee, Brandon Boyd, Cam Cusick, and Ricardo Lucine. These are for the educators at our company. So if you're interested in accessing this free training, it'll be done on a Zoom call, Zoom presentation, live, obviously. I don't know if they'll be recording it. So just let me know and I'll send you this page. This is at tradewithbill.com/free_training. So that is tradewithbill.com/free_training. So you can see that up in the left-hand corner here. Right here, just put your email address in. That will save and click on the Save My Spot Now button. What that will do is you won't be able to register for the event, but that way I'll have your information and I'll be able to send you some emails next week reminding you of the event. And then of course, on the days of the event, I'll be able to send you out a couple emails reminding you to get onto those live Zoom calls. And obviously, I will include the link to the Zoom call in those emails. Okay, so I wanted to mention that. Again, Master Forex Crypto More was a simple, proven system, even if you're just starting out. 2 free training sessions next week, July 24th and Friday, July 25th. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen here, see if we can get back to the topic we were talking about here. Okay, so why we use stop losses? Why do we use stop losses at all, right? Good question. Stop losses protect you from catastrophic losses, right? They limit your downside, they keep your losses manageable, and they enforce discipline in your trading plan, right? You set a stop because you've accepted the fact that if price hits this level, you're wrong about the trade and you will exit the trade. More importantly, you should set a stop loss because you're not going to be right all the time. We already know this, right? You're not going to be right all the time. You're going to lose trades. And in his book Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas talks about his 7 fundamental truths. And the first one is anything can happen. So if anything can happen in the market, why would you not use a stop loss, right? If you have an edge and you decide to take a trade, it really only takes one big trader, one big trader, one well trader, so to speak, one bank or one institution that has decided that they want to go the other way with that currency pair you're trading, and that will immediately remove your edge in the market. Okay, so if anything can happen, then why wouldn't you use a stop loss? Why do traders move stop losses? Well, it's a simple reason. Like I said, they don't want to be wrong. They say to themselves, you know what? It just needs a little more room. I think it just needs a little more room. They look over to the left and they see maybe another uh, order block or another supplier demand zone. They say, no, hey, they see some imbalance that needs to be filled. Just needs a little room. The market will bounce back. But what we're really doing is we're avoiding emotional discomfort and we're hoping instead of managing our risk. And this is part of a deeper psychological problem because moving your stop losses is emotional avoidance, right? It delays the pain. It trains you to do bad habits and it weakens your discipline, right? First of all, you lose trust in your plan. You normalize big drawdowns, which is bad, and you react emotionally. It's basically a slow path, guys, to blown accounts. What about the trade that got away? Quick story here. So trader sets a 30 pip stop, right? The trade immediately goes against him minus 25 pips, right? So he says, just needs a little more room. Move stop loss to minus 50. Price still drops. Now, you don't want to be wrong, right? He's hopeful when he should be fearful, and he removes his stop completely. Now down 150 pips. Confidence is crushed. Why? All because they couldn't accept a small loss. He couldn't accept a small loss. How to fix this step by step. Here's how you can stop this behavior and gain back control, right? Redefine losses. That's really what you have to do. You have to redefine losses. Losses aren't failures. Not if you followed your trade plan. If you followed your trade plan and you take a loss, that's not a failure. They're just part of the process. I talked about this in a video a couple days ago. They're just the cost of doing business, right? If you own a restaurant, right, you have to buy food, you have to pay rent, you have to pay utilities, you have to pay insurance, you have to pay your employees to work there. These are all costs of doing business. Now, hopefully, your sales in the restaurant offset these costs so you have a profit, right? But they're just the cost of doing business in a restaurant, just like losses are your cost of doing business when you're a trader, right? You can't possibly expect to trade without losing, and you certainly can't run a restaurant without buying food, paying rent, paying utilities, paying your employees, right? So taking a controlled loss is a sign of strength, not weakness. Think like a professional. Cut it quick, move on. Use the set and forget method, right? If your emotions take over, set your trade and walk away. Plan your stop, plan your entry, your stop, and your target, then step away from the screen, right? Give your trade room to work without you interfering. Sometimes that's really the best thing you can do once you take a trade. You can't just sit there and watch it, right? Now, at some point, you do have to manage your trade, but when you first take it, you need to walk away and you just need to come back every so often to look at it, right? You don't want to just stare at the screen. Start journaling. Write down, when do you move stops? Write down when you move your stop. What are you feeling when you did that? What was the result? Patterns will emerge when you write these things down and you look at them later. Awareness leads to change. You have to accept that you won't catch every move, right? You're not going to win every trade. You don't need to, right? Like Mark Douglas, also one of his 7 fundamental truths is you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money, right? The first one is anything can happen. One of them is, one of the other ones are, you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. Missing one setup doesn't define your trading career. Trade your edge, not your emotions. Visualize the real cost, right? Ask yourself, what's worse, a 30 pip stop or a 300 pip emotional breakdown? Moving a stop feels safe in the moment, but it's a surrender and it's not control. You're actually giving up your control. Be the risk manager. Be your own risk manager. Can't speak today, guys. Be your own risk manager. See yourself as your own risk manager. Risk managers don't move stops because they feel like it. They follow the rules. They protect capital. You need to become that trader. In closing, guys, moving stops isn't about strategy. It's about emotional discomfort. Fix the emotion and you'll fix the behavior, right? Fix the emotion, fix the behavior, fix the emotion, the behavior changes. Honoring your stop is one of the highest forms of trading discipline. Right? Comment below, I honor my stop. If you've watched this video this far, if you're on Facebook, put down in the comments below, I honor my stop. If you're watching this on YouTube, my YouTube channel, put down in the comments, I honor my stop. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe to the channel for more strategy and mindset trading. If you'd like to get my ATH RSI Sniper Pro 15-minute trade plan, the full trade plan along with the videos explaining it, just message me down below here and I will send you a link to register for my free Forex Quick Start guide. This is a beginner's roadmap or a beginner's road blueprint to trading. And in the bonus chapter, I include my full ATH RSI Sniper Pro 15-minute trade plan. This trade plan, guys, uses our community's proprietary indicator, or RSI crossover indicator, crossover arrow indicator, and it uses the company Sniper Pro scanner, which is one of just 9 scanners that you get with the company. So we use these two together to develop trade ideas on when to take trades, right? So if you message me down below here, I will give you the link to download that free Forex Quick Start guide. If you're watching this video on my YouTube channel or some other social media platform, just email me at bill@tradewithbill.com. Again, that's bill@tradewithbill.com. and I will send you the link to download the free Forex Quick Start guide. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart, stay disciplined. See you guys on the next video.